On this episode of Weirdos Wanna Know, I discuss why do we wake up in the middle of the night, Chad Lindbergh, the upcoming Solo movie, starchoscopies, and the one piece of equipment I think you should buy. All right now on What the Fetch. Hey Weirdos, I'm Grant. Let's get right into your weirdo questions, shall we? First off, we have a great question from Urkala. Did I just summon a demon? If you were talking to a new investigator who only had enough money to buy one piece of investigating equipment, which item would you recommend and why? This is a great question. On Ghost Hunters, we had more equipment than we knew what to do with. We had DVR systems, thermal imaging cameras, seismographs, probably 2 metric tons of video cameras, a Costco pallet of audio recorders, exactly 1 boatload of K2s, and 1 fart machine. No, really, true story. But that's another story for another time. When it comes to paranormal investigation, some people are of the mindset that the more equipment, the better. But you really don't need all that much. In fact, you don't really need any at all. I usually head to an investigation with nothing more than a K2 and an audio recorder. It's better you invest in books on real-world knowledge you can use to disprove paranormal claims than to mortgage your house to outfit yourself or your team as paranormal R2-D2s. But that wasn't the question, was it? If you could only buy one piece of investigating equipment, I would say, unsurprisingly, get yourself an audio recorder. Why? Well, there are all sorts of different models that can fit pretty much any budget. And the information you can get from an EVP is, in my opinion, the most useful information you can gather from evidence. Check out my video on what equipment you can use for EVPs to get more info. Now, if an audio recorder is too pricey for you, grab yourself a K2 meter or an EMF detector. You can learn a lot from these devices. Not only can you use them to help find and support paranormal claims, they are also one of the most useful disproving tools out there. Thanks for that question, Urkala, the great and powerful. Next, Mr. Paul has a deep and poignant question. He says, I like that explanation of a residual haunting. It's like watching a home movie, but instead of with a DVD player and a TV, it's through nature. Also, I think I'm being haunted by tater tots. Can I use ketchup to make them go away? Or do I need a starchoscopy? Thanks, Mr. Paul, for asking this question. You're going to want to avoid a starchoscopy at all costs. They're extremely invasive and uncomfortable. Only do a starchoscopy as a last resort. Your best bet is to attack them with heat. I'd say nothing less than 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the amount of time needed to apply this heat depends on the severity of the haunting. If you're experiencing, say, about a half sheet of manifestation, you're looking at about 20 to 24 minutes. But if you're looking at a full-blown, full sheet haunting, you're gonna need to be strong for at least 28 to 32 minutes. After that, you'll have to douse it heavily with ketchup. Not just any ketchup, it has to be fancy ketchup. Kosher if possible. Do not skimp here. Once you've doused them with that fancy ketchup, you'll notice the problem will begin to disappear quickly. And if you just happen to have a cheeseburger demon in your home, usually they'll take it with them when they go. I'm so glad you asked this question, Mr. Paul. It's very important. Moving right along. Miguel Perez says, Hi Grant, just one thing that I don't understand is that when I go to sleep at night is like someone is trying to wake me up at 2:54 or 3:06 a.m. every night. It's been like this for about 2 years now, and that's why I go to bed about 5 or 8 a.m. Okay, I think I got the gist of what you're asking. Around 3 a.m. is known as the witching hour, and that's because a lot of people tend to have strange experiences at this time. Now, there are a lot of reasons why this could be happening, but let's start with a very normal, natural one. The most common reason for this is that we don't actually sleep in 8-hour cycles like we're taught to believe. We sleep in 2 3 to 4 hour cycles. Between these 2 cycles of deep sleep, we are especially prone to outside influences, such as noises, temperature, thirst, and going to the bathroom. People go to bed at different times, but most people fall asleep between the hours of 11 p.m. and midnight. So we would be coming out of that 3 to 4 hour sleep cycle usually around 3 a.m. Now, like I said, there may be other reasons for this. Sleep paralysis, hypnopompic hallucination, an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of underdone potato. There's more of gravy than grave about you, whatever you are. Sorry, Scrooge took over there. The best way to know for sure is to have a camera rolling while you sleep. And if you wake up between those sleep cycles, review the camera to see what external source, be it paranormal or mundane, was the cause of it. Thanks for that question, Miguel. I'm sure a lot of people were thinking the same thing. Next one is from Lauren Ruiz. Are you great? See thing ghost hunters, wonder good team, nice pick? Many you thanking fans support great, happy, yes? Next up, Brian L. asks, serious question, Grant. Is Chad a good investigator? Came off as an overactor on his show Ghost Stalkers a few years back, in my opinion. Now, I've known Chad Lindbergh for a while. Chad is one of the nicest, most caring people I have ever met. He has some really deep, personal reasons for investigating the paranormal that aren't mine to share. It's rare to find someone who treats them so naturally. He respects them, but he's fun, light, and positive with them in a way I've never seen before. It's inspiring. Part of why he's such a positive person is due to his extreme sensitivity to energy. Bad energy profoundly affects him. He needs to maintain as much positive energy around him as possible. Knowing this and knowing that he has deep personal reasons might help you understand why he reacts the way he does. He's been working on tempering it, but excitement and positive energy erupt from him whenever he has an encounter. This is because of the energy he's feeling and the excitement at possibly getting some of the answers he's looking for. Thanks to editing, there's a lot they didn't show on Ghost Stalkers. Before every episode, Chad would go alone and talk to the entities and spread that positivity to them. He approached each location with love and respect. Keep an eye on Chad Lindbergh. You've got a lot to learn from him. Lastly, Jason Taylor speaks to my inner geek with this question. Hi Grant, what do you think of the Solo trailer and the actor playing him? Well, if you haven't guessed by now, I'm a huge Star Wars freak. I love all the Star Wars movies. What? Wait, what prequels? Oh, you mean Rogue One? Yeah, that was amazing. Huh? Attack of the what? Phantom who? Alright, I'm a fan of all the Star Wars movies. The prequels not so much. Anyway, I can't wait for Solo. I'm seeing it on the 24th, first showing. I've already got my tickets, I'll be first or second in line. Personally, I love what Disney's doing with the Star Wars universe, especially these anthology films. Making these standalone adventures that tie in with the story we all know and love, to me, is inspired. It's exactly what I would want to do if I had the Star Wars universe at my fingertips. I love how they're stretching the borders of that galaxy far, far away without relying entirely on the Skywalker family. Solo looks to be a western/heist film set in the Star Wars universe, which is an exciting twist. I'm anxious to see how they're going to tell the parts of Han Solo's story that we already know, like meeting Chewbacca, the Kessel Run, and of course winning the Millennium Falcon in a game of sabacc. But I'm even more excited to see the aspects of it that I don't know. As for Alden Ehrenreich as Solo, that dude's got some big shoes to fill. That's a position of honor and frankly a burden that I would not want to carry, so kudos to him. I mean, he was picked out of a list of literally thousands of people who tried out for the part, so he's gotta be right for it. Now we can't expect him to be Harrison Ford's Solo, no one could do that but Harrison Ford, and it's not fair for us to expect that of Alden. He's an established actor, he needs to be free to interpret the character in his own way. I'm not expecting him to be the same Han Solo, but I am expecting him to capture the same feeling as the Han Solo we already know. And what I've seen so far seems pretty promising. Well, I think that's enough questions for today. Now I have a question for you. If you could haunt any person or any location when you die, who or where would you pick and why? Leave your answer and any other question you want to ask in the comments down below, and I'll feature my favorite answers on the next Weirdos Want to Know. Until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please share this channel with your teams, your family, and your friends. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Stay weird.